Alright, I think... Oh, hang on. I think I'm live? I feel like I'm live. Let me just check. Twitch on the laptop, real quick. See how live I am. La la la. Possibly live. Oh, says offline. Nope, says live. Alright, let me just pop out chat. Chat getting popped out. Twitch page getting closed. Ad showing, don't care. Alright. Presuming that's all done and dusted. We're live and we're good to go. Alright. Cool. Well, welcome one and all, once again, Monday night, to the SciFiAIguy Twitch stream. Audio good. Thank you, Crafty Devious. Wonderful. It is the first day of the year. The firstest of many days. Yeah, it's January 1st. I'm hungover. That's fine. I could be more hungover. I showed restraint. I didn't really show restraint. I actually just drank a lot of water. Crafty Devious. Feeling bad about typing things in caps. It is fine. It is all fine. These are the mistakes we make after a big night. All is well. Everything is well and it's fine. Yeah, I was up till about 2, I think, drinking, cavorting. Shots were had at staged intervals. I got quite drunk, but I was on the cusp of being bad drunk, like I'm gonna, vomit, pass out kind of bad drunk. It's like starting to get the spins, things starting to get a little wobbly. And that was coincidentally about the time that my energy levels were tanking, and I was like, I think it's about time for bed. So it was great. The timing was perfect. Drank a lot of water. Today I had pizza for breakfast and bacon, and I've just been slouching around, and I could feel worse. I could feel way worse, but I do not. I feel fine and good, and yeah, let's play. Let's play Thomas Was Alone, and let's get really, really mad at Thomas Was Alone. Oh, just gonna have a sip of me ginger. My ginger cordial. Yep, Crafty DB is pointing out that the music is a bit alright. It's more than a bit alright, it's amazing. It's such a letdown that the rest of the game is, such a letdown. But hey, I would like to think that we'll get through a good chunk tonight, or not. I might just completely fucking crap out, who knows. I did my mandatory daily exercises earlier rather than later because I had something akin to a second wind in the afternoon. So the upside to that is I'm, one step ahead of myself. The downside is that I've stretched and strained my entire body, and I feel a bit shitty. But I was going to feel shitty anyway, right? There's no escaping it. It is impossible to escape. So I'm going to just going to hit resume. It's going to be fine. We're just going to play this fucking game. Oh, yes. I forgot the names of everybody. Now, this is the hop along. Okay. And jump was, yep, the obvious. Okay, that's a permanent change. Cool. And then I have to, yep, alright. Another water puzzle. Nope, nope. Oh, I forgot it's trampoline. Trampampoline. So, you, my young China, are it.
Laura liked her new gang. She liked Chris.
Oh, I need volume.
She liked having friends. These ones seem to be sticking around too. Not like those losers from before.
Oh, we've got Mushin, hello. And oh no, it's still Thomas. Indeed, it is still Thomas. This might be a game that, like, oh no. Yeah. Okay, I did wonder. I watched as things started to go wrong there. Alright. Let's not do that again. But yes, I'm sorry to say, I regret to inform you that we are still playing Thomas Was Alone. There are worse games in the world. We'll find them and we'll play them. But for now, this is the worst. It's just the way things are. Alright, so bounce and then up and then
Laura
in.
liked her new gang. She liked Chris. She liked having friends. These ones seem to be sticking around too. Not like those losers from before.
I forget who the fuck Laura was. Oh, have I botched this? Is it just... It's going to be on permabounce, and that's perhaps not the end of the world. Oh no. Okay, so this is all my fault, I feel. Alright, let me get you an appropriate measure of space over. Okay. Actually, no. If I do this, and then I do this, we just want to make sure they're both... Neither will be occluded when the window closes functionally. Oh yeah, I can do that as well. Okay, I think that's alright. How far does this go? Okay, it goes to there. That's fine. That was probably incorrect because I'm gonna need to get you over here. But no, that's not gonna do it either, is it? Nah! Blah. Let me sip some ginger. Thank you, Crafty. Alright, so to recap. Thomas is the red rectangle, gotcha. Chris is the orange dickhead square, yes. John is the tall yellow arrogant one, okay. Claire is the big blue superhero wannabe, and Laura is the pink doormat with Stockholm Syndrome. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, so I think what I want to do is pave the way for Laura to go there. Nope, you can... Surely you've got the jump capacity. Can you? No. Alright, so you need help. That's fine, help can be provided. Nope. What am I trying to do here exactly? Am I gonna... Maybe I shouldn't be using the, Move. Alright. Thrilling content. Real strong content, right? Like, how related to AI is this shit? Yeah, hang on, because, like... oh... Is it meant to be this way? Let's see if this works. No, hang on. That's not going to work right away because we're able to get orange over there. So let's make sure actually that both orange and red get a clear break. Sorry, that Chris and Thomas are definitely over there. Let's make sure they're right in the corner. Okay, and then you get up here, and you are absolutely fine. Alright, so you do your thing. You can hang out wherever, basically. Cool. Alright. Ah, lovely. Alright, cool. Way. Get over here. God, this is fucking fiddly. I made this complaint last week. I'm sure that this game suffers from an unconscionable amount of faffing about. Like, I don't know what I was meant to benefit from that additional experience. Oh, spike. Oh, and that's right, there was like a floating cloud as well. Yeah. Okay. Let's move to the...
The pixel cloud was getting closer. It was spending more and more time hovering around. Laura could tell it was making the others uncomfortable.
Yeah. The cloud was to do with Laura. So presumably that black spiky thing is murderous and bad? Now hang on, let's make sure that you can actually get anywhere first. Yep. Nope. Oh! Oh, that's brilliant! Die! Die, you motherfucker. Yeah, I love that. That's super cool. Alright, awesome. The rest of you are presumably autonomous enough to get this done yourselves. I like that. I like that if you get minced on that thing, you don't have to restart the whole fucking level. Really? Alright, alright. Presumably you can get on this chap. Nope, nope, don't do that. Alright, cool. No, don't. No. Okay, brilliant. And then... Hey. No. Hey. No. Alright, cool. And yes. And across. Lovely. Alright, and you can do pretty much whatever you like. As can you. Hey, done. And that was 3.9, so we're on to 4. No simulation can support too many entities. At a certain point, something has to give. If Thomas AT-23612 hadn't possessed those exact personality traits, it's likely the story would have ended there. We'd still be in business. What? Yeah, okay, I again, the weeks I've spent in between have ruined my full conception of the game, and its narrative, such as it is. Okay, because yeah, I remember the whole artificial life thing happening. I feel like we talked about artificial life briefly on the stream last time.
Did not like the cloud. He'd long since stopped listing his observations, but he instinctively observed that this thing was bad. And he'd been right about the water.
I just don't care about that narrator anymore, or anything he has to say. Yeah, I ended up in a discussion with someone about artificial life very briefly at the conference I talked at in Melbourne, the Unethical Futures Conference, which was amazing. I met some great people. It was a beautiful time. Fantastic, awesome. Conferences are great, and I would do them all the time if I could get away with it. The conversation about artificial life had to do with... Can you make it up onto this one? Ah, shit. Do I need to get fucking Bertha back down here? Same problem. Huh. I do like a hot swap thing, can I jump and then... it's not gonna... If I try and get you under... No, you're impotent. Which is the whole joke of the character. Haha, he's shitty and impotent. And, well, I mean... Shit! Was it in a configuration that would have worked before and I fluffed it? Am I the villain here? Is there a restart? Restart level. Oh, brilliant. Okay, Crafty's been ditching in the, or pasting into chat the quotes. Fantastic. Thank you, Crafty. So, oh, and Place of Old is here. Hello. Alright, so, Chapter 1 quote, the program was a failure. People forget this. It was a massive flop. The coder started adding name strings to the AIs as a joke. I submitted hundreds of bug reports. I told that idiot this would happen. Overlapping scripts. More than one AI was bound to be spawned into an environment. Missed the point. Little error changed everything. The initial group possessed simple variation in size and strength. Variations, more complex configurations. Built protections into the system. When overlaps occurred, the world generated a splitter to remove the unwanted additionals. It's like a white blood cell. It investigates, captures, and removes from play. So the white blood cell is presumably the whatchamacallit, the black cloud. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to be extra long-winded tonight, so I do apologise. I'll probably refrain from getting too deep into conversations about AI unless something particularly relevant comes up in the game, which, you know, we'll see. But no, I'm still bored. Still got pink on the bottom here. Yeah, conversations about artificial life are occurring at the conference. Because after my talk, we were talking about AI. So, you know, you do a conference paper and people will, you know, ask you questions about what you wrote, what you said, you know. And it's super awesome. I love the whole process. It was great. It was very fun. I didn't get a lot of feedback relevant directly to the incredibly specific thing I was talking about, which is how cognitive, or how emotional capability is portrayed in texts about AI, and what that says about how we culturally treat those with flattened or non-normative emotional landscapes as being abject. But because I was talking about AI, and AI was is a hot button topic all of the time, I mainly got questions about about AI, and that's fine. I can field those questions to a degree, in as much as I can, being more doing research into philosophy than actual hard science. But somebody brought up artificial life, and this is germane to this game because, this game is also like, oh hey, this constitutes artificial life, these things are alive. And it's trying to personalize them, it's saying, oh, they're alive, and also they know about, human relationships and have human-style relationships and so forth and so on. But yeah, there's a great takedown by Hales on the concept of artificial life, and I really need to reread it so that I can actually properly represent it. I think Hales makes some great points. Basically saying that these simulations of life, or these simulations of very simple systems that have these unexpected results that can be seen as, evolutionary, or which is to say they evolve and change, and they've been named in ways that make it sound like there's life in there, right? Like, it's the choice of language that sort of helps build the concept, but if you just take the thing for what it is absolutely not alive. And that led to the question of, well, how do you classify life? And I didn't have an answer to that because I don't have a firm classification in mind. So what I'm doing is I'm agreeing with a theorist who made some really good points, but I do not have memorized those points, which is bad for me, right? It's bad argumentation for me to be like, oh, well, I read somewhere that it's true, but I can't explain to you why that person thinks it's so. So yeah, long story short, I have feelings about artificial life that I have gleaned from elsewhere that I need to be, I guess, careful about espousing until I fucking do the reading. Or do the reading again. Yeah. Oh, and, Place of Old went to buy a chair, and that's why they were late. Well, I hope it's a good chair. $15 teacher chair. Nice. Woo. Oh, no, last night was super worth it. It was a great and fantastic time. Very touching and life-affirming and fun. And the rules we came up with for games, so fucking good. Like coming up with secret rules, drinking rules for zombie dice that then had to be figured out. That was probably the highlight. Although the pizza-style game that we completely reinvented, or at least made into a relay, was super fucking good. I am so lost, by the way. I have no clue how to get this purple motherfucker up there. I can't jump. These two are the same height, so there's no point, like, I can't jump purple up onto there. And I'm already standing on the tallest... Oh no, hang on, is it going to be a... It's going to be like this, isn't it? Man, fuck this game. Turns out I have real harsh views about puzzle games. Just to say, if they require you to do fiddly things that themselves feel out of the scope of the game. So when I do little stuff like that, like leaning one box against another in a stupid way, it feels inelegant. It doesn't feel good. Wait. Shit! Alright, come back here. Come back here. You need to get the blue block up. Yeah, it happened in Talos Principle as well. There was a couple of solutions to puzzles that just genuinely felt inelegant. No, that can't be right either. No, that can't be right either. Hang on. There's the ordering. See, look at this. Like, I've solved it, sort of, right? It's not unsolved, it's just I've got a faff about the garden path. Just a little finite ordering. It is not terribly fun. Like, the fun's over. I've solved the problem. Now I've just got to execute on it. And not in a way that feels like it requires a lot of skill. Alright, now can you get up here via the same... Okay. Let's find out via you. So who goes at the end there? Okay. The one going at the end there is in fact somebody agile, so I don't mind that. You go here, alright. You are relatively autonomous in this setting, and you guys are swift. Let's check that red is... Yeah, red's fine. Lord. Well, I did have some dude at the conference talk my ear off about Nier Automata. And I think that's probably going to be the next game. Sounds pretty cool. Okay, buttons a go-go. Well, first option is clearly that. Okay. Yep. 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 And then never can you return? Okay. Interesting. Let's further this group. See what happens. Okay. That doesn't work. Oh, you're kidding me. Yep, and then you here, and then nope, nope. You there. You there. You there, and there. Trophy earned experience jumper. Fuck you. Just fuck you. That does not make me feel better about this game. You're incredible at faffing about.
Love. And that was fantastic and everything, but that didn't mean they could let the doom cloud keep following them. Thomas was going to put his foot down once they got to the next level.
So somehow love has something to do with the cloud? For some reason? Their weird attachments to one another are somehow actually related as opposed to tangentially related? Okay. Okay. Well, you're done at least. Alright, well, this one wasn't too bad. So that's cool. Oh. No, no, Fart noises. Alright. Blah!
Chris. Miss Thomas. Wow. Did not see that coming. He felt a little guilty too. Without his love for Laura and subsequent reunion with the guys, Thomas would probably still be with them.
What does any of that mean? Why am I meant to care about that? Good God. So, yeah, Crafty Devious' excellent point. The fiddly puzzle nonsense feels very, very dissociated from the game's thesis. Absolutely. So, here is one of my problems with this game. Many as they are. I don't like when something is pastiche in a way that is unhelpful. So I like combining art, like overlaying two possibly unrelated or seemingly unrelated things, you know, in the manner of pastiche, and inspecting what that does to the whole, how that informs the artwork overall, right? Oh, good round boy, hello, 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 hello. Yeah, I like, you know, so if you're editing two scenes together and they are seemingly different, but obviously they've been edited together for a reason, and they inform each other thematically, or usually it's thematically, right? The thematics of these ridiculous little conversations they feel so divorced from everything else that's going on. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I can't jump while I've got a block. So the only rationale I can see, potentially... okay, yep, nope, I get it, I think I get the puzzle. The only rationale I can see is that they're leaning into the artificial life, and for the writer, these weird little moments constitute life. That is the essence of life, or that evinces life in a way that is meaningful. It is meant to add to the game's thesis, as opposed to rampantly detract from it, as it does, provably. The point is that we're meant to look at these conversations, I think, these little incredibly anthropomorphic moments, and go, oh, these programs, because these things are programs, they're rogue little, or elements of programs, these things, if they're alive, they could feel this way. That's what I think is happening here. That's, I think, the core thesis of this game. And it's absolute triumph. I could not be less happy with that. Okay. So you're meant to go under here, so that our long boy can do this in the manner of a long boy. Okay. Alright, so the trick is how to get... anthropocentric garbage. Well, it's also not saying anything meaningful about life either, because it's trash. The writing is trash. Yeah, I'm rambling, I'm sorry guys. I mean, this was the I'm hungover, fuck it stream, so I'm hungover, fuck it. But yes, this is absolutely not the primo content. I mean, to be fair, I also ramble on other weeks. It's not like I'm very good at this as a form, but I try, and possibly that's charming. Oh, yep, Crafty Devious saying that Nier seems really cool. Yep, Nier Automata I think is going to be the next choice. I might investigate this tonight, either because I just want to line it up, or because it will literally be the game we play next week, because this game is really not working out for me. I doubt it's going to get more... I doubt it's going to delve deeper into its themes, right? Yeah. Well, I'm so glad you're here, good round boy. I'm glad that you're communicating with people in chat. It's cool, it's awesome, this is what it's all about. While I rant and ramble about this terrible game. I mean, and it had such promise, you know? So I think aesthetically it's got a lot going for it. Okay, so I'm presumably meant to put this here. And to put this... am I meant to jump on top of the yellow one at the right correct moment? No. I don't... No. What is your jump distance? Let me just actually test. Okay. So, not able to get up onto the yellow independently. And if I attempt to go orange and then yellow with the blue, and then possibly get the blue... Or it would actually be orange, yellow, and then pink, and then jumping up to there. In the act of doing... Wait, how the fuck does this work? Is there a button that I'm missing somewhere? Because blue can't jump that high, can it? Can it? Oh, okay, maybe for like a moment. Alright. Okay, so that's the out. You up there, you down there, you in the corner. Everybody sort of popped away in their place. Good God. Oh, okay, Crafty's saying the wiki seemed to indicate plot advancement. We just won't like how it's written. Well, we'll probably push on then, because even if it's terribly written, it might have something interesting to say about the form. I mean, this is the sad truth of literature scholarship, is that you can't just stop reading something if you don't like it. Because if it is saying something interesting within the field, A, you need to be well read, and B, it's saying something interesting within the field, right? Like, and this, even though it isn't furthering the conversation, well, it kind of is, in that it's sort of carving out a little pocket, particularly in the field of artificial life, like specifically in that realm, and saying, oh look how alive and real they are. And that's, you know, hot trash garbage. But, you know, that's potentially just the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know, man. Undoing all my hard work. Just to figure out this stupid bullshit. Like, this can't possibly be it, because... Yeah. I literally don't know how I'm meant to get this blue block up. So these are all of a kind in terms of level. I could get it up onto that. Am I meant to... Ooh, okay. Alright, I'm going to test something. Let's see if acting independent of the other pieces, because it will have to. Let's see if I can get the blue over to that spot. So, over here, yep, alright. And then... Nope. Nope, garbage. Trash garbage. Okay. Unless it was meant to jump on the yellow there. Alright, let's try that. What the fuck? Like, it's not like I can get there. Purple and yellow, maybe? I can't get the purple onto the yellow, I think. It does not jump high enough. At least with this configuration, it's not possible. And the purple is as high as the blue, so it's not like I can do a stacking thing there. Text walkthrough on standby if you just want to get to content. Yep, spoil me. Absolutely spoil me. The puzzles in this game are the worst. Purple on orange, then onto yellow. Doesn't jump high enough. Purple's jump is so fucking bad that without red here, I actually can't get it higher than onto orange, as far as I know. So I know that I can get orange up here. Actually, even if I get orange up here, I don't know what I'm meant to do with that, right? So orange gets up there, right? Gets up on that those platforms, and then I don't see it getting any higher without purple also getting up there. Okay, so I am meant to get purple up there somehow. I just don't know how. You, long boy. Explore the realm. Unless orange bouncing on that would get onto it, and then the yellow, like maybe. There. Alright. Okay, well, at the very least, let's reset the orange thing that I knew that I could do. The puzzles are not inspiring. Yeah, no joke. Good round boy saying this seems like a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for very little payoff so far. Yeah, this game is a joke. And the joke's on me! Right, we want orange. Blue, that's the midpoint, get orange, over there. Good round boy, dang I love a good puzzle, I'm sad to hear it. Yeah, I'm sad to play it. Real bummed, real bummed. I mean, you know, I've played some truly incredible puzzle games, and it does suck hard for other puzzle games to force to be compared to them, because these other games have ruined them in terms of the, well, certainly, puzzle games like this one, I suppose, can try and do something new thematically. So this was going for an interesting and new thematic approach. it's a shame that the thematics also rub me the wrong way and the puzzles just aren't great. But yeah, games like The Witness, obviously Portal and Portal 2, Braid, Talos Principle for the most part, incredible puzzles. Really, really good puzzles. The puzzle design here is fiddly. It's because the mechanics are fiddly. It's because they expect me to do really fiddly bullshit. So I don't need to get the orange over to that other side, I just need to get it up from here, right? So what does that entail? So you... How... If I put you here... You shit. Alright. Alright, start again. Start again. Leave the yellow in place, waiting. Oh wait, I didn't need to move blue at all. That doesn't matter. Share. Alright, cool. And you're up there. You go here. Blue goes here. And yellow goes here, I think. Alright. Nope. 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 Okay, pictorial plus text on this website if you need it. God damn it. God damn it. I hate that this game has me doing this. Not the getting spoilers, because this game does require... Well, the whole point of me doing these is to get through to the content and talk about how that relates to the fields of science fiction and artificial intelligence portrayal in science fiction, and artificial intelligence itself. Like, that's the whole thing. So I don't mind getting spoiled on how to do stuff a bit, because that's a bit necessary. Hang on. Alright, so let me have a look at this. So, jump with clear on Laura to get up, and leap over to the button on the right. After activating the button, you can now move Laura to the left to help get John up the platform. Okay. Use Laura to jump with Chris up. Oh, I meant to... Oh. Good God, alright. It is actually simpler than... Okay, yeah. This is actually way simpler than what I've been trying to do. Alright. So that's of some comfort, but yeah. Nevertheless, hella frustrating. Alright. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna step away from chat for a moment. Gotta get this stuff done. Yeah, this is claiming Laura just has the jumping power. Okay, she just does. I guess because she is of a large stature, so she doesn't have an inspiring leap, but she has, you know, she doesn't have to cover as much ground. Alright, so here I was thinking that the maze thing was just a cool visual element. Apparently it's essential. So do this, okay, do this. Yeah, this is actually way easier. So, alright. I'm whinging about the puzzles while I am also at the same time not getting the puzzles, right? So that does invalidate some of my whinge. Some of the solutions were a bit bullshit, I think. Like, I don't think this game is fucking perfect by any measure. But yeah, there's certainly some level of give and take. Alright.
Chris wondered if Thomas was still alive somewhere.
I haven't touched the controls, I'm just letting this happen.
He wasn't going to go looking for him, but he did wonder, and that showed character.
I've only had to make one... Oh no, there we go. Minor adjustment. This is, strange, but I'll take it. Nope. Yeah, the gliding is weird because the acceleration is really low. I've just been devoured. Okay. So is this the lesson?
The others hadn't abandoned Laura all that time ago. It began to dawn on her that she might not be the tragic victim she'd always assumed.
What? What is happening? What is this narrative? Why does it exist? Why must I be subject to it? Alright. Nope, oh, okay. You need to come this way, and in fact, that's gonna be... No, it's not. Alright. Really? Really? Alright. Die! That's a wall? I can't go that. I can't go any further. That's... Can I go... Can I do it with Claire? Nope, nope. It's just a... Okay. Get Claire on here. Get... Nope. Nope, that's not what I wanted to happen. Oh, well this helps though, surely. Nope, you're gonna die. Okay. There we go. You've got to be fucking kidding me! Why? This game, man, this game. Swear to God. Okay. So it is clearly right. Alright. Nope, I get it now. I get it now. Never mind. Look, it is a set of stairs I can ascend with Claire or Laura or whatever. Hey look, problem solved. Let's hang out over here. Yep, alright. Cool. Huh. Yeah, it could just be that I just don't grok this game enough that I get these smooth interactions that presumably everybody else is having. Okay. That isn't how I thought that would go. So is it that you need to be down here, and then you can go like that, get up there. Well, that went better than expected. You going to? You are going to destroy me. Okay. Oh no, 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 no. She was meant to die? It's interesting. Interesting choice. Oh! This one's weird. Presumably this turns on this thing, and then kills this dude. Yep, okay. So are they trying to say that these entities are being iterated over and over, and their deaths, while something I should be avoiding as a player, are not meaningless and are in fact meaningful in the narrative? So instead of the usual trick of, oh, you died and that's actually not narratively relevant, you just get to restart, and the narrative assumes that you survive the whole way through, in this story, the death actually counts for something. It actually means it is something represented in the story as opposed to just a gameplay mechanic. That's interesting. I like that. And they did mention that, you know, there are checks and balances, white blood cells trying to erase these viruses, so that kind of tracks. I can roll with that. Crafty Devious, I feel like the deaths are narratively necessary. Yep. Yeah, you guys raging out over the game with me. I love it. I enjoy it. I mean, you know, I'm generating interesting content in that regard, I suppose. Alright, Well, you get up here because that seems like something you should be doing. Okay.
Laura had been the bait. She had a hunch that she wasn't needed anymore.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, the bait as in... What? No, no, you piece of shit! Oh. Come the fuck on. Salt! Salt! Alright, back to the FAQ. Ah! Ah! Alright, where are you? Where are you, solution? Yep, solve that one, solve that one. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. 4.6. Yep. Okay. Get out of the way. You go there. You go there. So this is the usual nonsense. Yep, okay. Jump. There you go. Alright. And then, okay, yep, so the virus has stolen yet another person, so now I'm just down to these two. Okay. So things are progressing, things are getting somewhere.
It was just them now. She muttered something under her breath about a vow of vengeance. He didn't see the point. Fighting that thing seemed to be a pretty futile idea.
Voiceover volume, I'm going to increase. Oh, I'm going to drop music volume a bit, actually. Yeah. Yeah, let's... Because I'm not hearing the voiceovers terribly well, on my end at least. If it sounds weird for you guys, let me know. I can fix it. Okay. Yep. And I like that I'm losing pieces because it makes the puzzles necessarily less complex and thus less frustrating. Really? Okay. Skills. Mad skills. Yeah, less is more. This game should not have had all those characters. Or at least shouldn't have had so many levels with them, right? I think this game would have profited from a few levels. Oh shit. like a few levels with this extra stuff, but not so much of it, right? Because this is fine. It's also very, very simple. But, okay. I mean, how much do you care about your story, right? Because right now, I don't give a shit about it. Nope, die. That's alright. You'll be reborn, my son. Hey. Alright. Yep. Ah, lovely. Oop. Bang. Good round, boy. This is a very odd game. I didn't know anything about this before the stream. Whoops. I did Google the plot just now, and if anything, that made it weirder, to be honest. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, so, I found out about this game purely coincidentally, which is to say I grabbed it. What were they called? What are they still called? Humble Bundle. It was in a Humble Bundle, and it's been in my Steam library for a while, and I was going to play it on the trip over to Europe, and when I started playing, it opened with saying Thomas was an AI or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, I need to save this for the stream. And what do you know, the game sucks ass. Okay. Nope, 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 you're dead. You're dead! Okay. So some levels, characters aren't allowed to die, and other ones they completely are, which is novel, if a little frustrating, I guess, but that's fine. Okay, this is what I was meant to be doing the whole time. Nope, 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 that's fucking sucks. The controls make that bad. I should not have to change and readjust these characters so that everything works. Like, that is some bullshit. I have to put him all the way over there now so that when I do my jump and my moves... Okay, no, this is fine. Oh, nope. See, why? Why, though? That's the fucking blurst. Put on this time pressure. Alright. Up and over and down and fine. Oh, okay. Yep. It's those little bounces. Okay. Up and over and down. Fine. Yeah, see? And now you're advancing, and I fucking... Because your game is shit.
As they struggled to get to the next portal, John hoped that he would be the next to get eaten. He didn't want to be alone.
Yeah, and they opened with the whole Thomas was alone thing. This game, man. This game. Alright. Get on there. Okay, so I just need to stop pushing forward when I land. Yep, okay, yep, cool. And then up, and then over. Yep. And then up, and then over, and then yep. Yep, alright.
As they struggled to get to the next portal, John hoped that he would be the next to get eaten. He didn't want to be alone.
Ah, okay, cool. Oh, and John was alone. Alright, we are making progress, it's true. It's true! Yes! Alright, cool. Oh no! Alright. So they've introduced time pressure into the game. Which, okay, you know, of all the mechanics to introduce, it's not an illegitimate, it's not the worst one in the world. Platformers, you know, do feel good with a bit of that tension. They don't feel good with these controls, I can promise you that. I'm pressing jump. Well, it feels like I'm pressing jump, right? It could be that my reflexes are so terrible. That's so terrible. It could be that I'm having hand issues, because I have been having hand pain issues and stuff like that. So, you know, could be me, could be the controller.
For the first time in a while, John didn't have an audience.
That's right, John's a performer, isn't he? John's in love with himself. Well, you can fucking die for your efforts, John. You big chip.
For the first time in a while, John didn't have an audience.
Yep. Of course.
He was alone. Leaping from black square to black square didn't seem nearly as...
This game sucks!
For the first time in a while, John didn't have an audience. He was alone. Leaping from black square to black square didn't seem nearly as exciting now. It just seemed empty.
Oh, that was really hard. I wish this game wasn't so bad, baby. I wish it was cool and not a bad game. Wouldn't that be sweet if this game was good? I would enjoy it more, because the game would be good and not bad. Fart. Noises! Alright. Dear John, die in a fire. Alright. Is this safe? This is something. What am I doing next? Oh. I'm doing that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Not doing that at all. That's me being John. That's John being John. Good work, John. No! So fucking unresponsive. Yeah, perish, you piece of shit. Die! How did these people ever die? That was me being Toad from the film X-Men. Played by Ray Park, who was, what's his face? Darth Maul. Only in body though, not in voice, because his voice was not good enough, apparently.
He knew he'd never escape. He knew it was waiting for him. He decided to jump the massive scary gaps.
Are you fucking kidding me?
For old time's sake.
Okay, that's right, those are save points. So the voiceover is just getting increasingly quieter, which is not great. I see. So this goes up. I mean, this is one of the coolest levels so far. Like, it's been very frustrating, but it's dynamic, right? I hate that part of it. I hate that you can get caught on walls. Yeah, look at that. I'm basically wall jumping. That's ridiculous. If that was a mechanic, I would be fine with it, but it's not. The game just sucks. See, look at that. Look at that. I can't. I get stuck and I can't jump. Why? People in chat saying they love me. Place of old, thank you. I appreciate your kind words. You are also loved. This game is the bliss. This game is not loved. This game is a criminal act. Okay. I don't... That's right, I meant to get on top of this one. Get up here. And then at the apex, get onto that. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. This is what I get for complimenting the level. Or the game in general. That was my mistake. Nope, nope. Of course not. Of course not. jump. Alright. And... I'm like purposefully like trying really hard to push the jump button at the appropriate time. I am... like, that should not be the thing that is difficult in this game. Is getting the fucking X button to register my commands before I go sailing into space. That should not be the mechanic. Oh my god! Can't even get a run up because of this weird movement nonsense. Yeah, look, Okay. We might not make it past 8:30 because I hate this game. Fucking, what the fuck? Wouldn't even let me jump, it just tossed me into space. The salt. The salt is real. I'm pressing jump, like, I fucking promise you. I bet you cash money. And then I fall to my death. Like, I clearly am not meant to wait until it stopped moving. Yeah, that little toss thing it does at the end. So am I meant to get my jump going before I get airborne? Like, now? Nope, nope, not possible, wouldn't let me. Yeah, the physics of this game are balked. Absolutely fuckoed. This is the stupidest bullshit. Okay, I'm up here. There will come a point where I just turn this game off and we just hang out and talk, and I think it's coming pretty soon. It's not going to take too much more of this. It's not registering the jump. Like, because of this physics thing where it gives me this bounce at the end, I am not stable at a point when I should be able to jump. Like, see, from the walkthrough, this is a very difficult jump. God damn it. Well, thank you for the heads up, Crafty. At least it's known. It's a known bug. Just to say their game blows. Yeah, the physics of these moving platforms are terrible. They are imparting kinetic motion onto me that makes my job so insanely difficult. Yeah, so I can't get my momentum going. Nope, 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 okay. Alright. 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 Let's... Deep breaths. Nope. Okay. So I don't think I'm meant to wait until it stops. I don't think that's the answer. Nope, 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 that was wrong. That was impetuous. Yeah, okay, yep. So when it's taking me upwards, I can't, so it is impossible for me to jump. So I'm pressing jump right now, isn't doing anything. Yep, alright, so I'm meant to, in the split second I get, fucking make that jump. That is the stupidest shit. Alright. How did this get through testing? Who tested this? Was it ever tested? Was this game ever made? Did it appear on a shelf or on the internet? Did it spawn randomly, much like these tiny little figures supposedly did? Am I going to eat this game? Am I going to... Well, I don't have a disc. Am I going to pry the hard drive out of the PS4, butter it, and eat it? Who knows? Who knows in the fullness of time what 2018 will hold? Ugh! Last big thing of the chapter? Okay. Alright. Ah! Alright. I'm gonna perch. I'm gonna fucking perch on that platform. Right on the tip. I'm not gonna try and get a run-up, because this game has given me the feeling that run-ups are important, but I don't know that I was ever told, right? I mean, nothing was ever tutorialized to that level of granularity. So, it's possible that I have been doing the wrong thing this whole time, and I've... It doesn't matter. Nothing matters, actually. I think you'll find. Good round, boy. This is a horror movie game that just appeared fully formed, and its intention is to drive its players mad. Well, it's... yeah. 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 Yep. 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 I've never broken a controller before. Tonight might be the night. I'm not going to do that. These things are expensive. Nope, that was wasn't even trying. This is the sort of thing where if I wasn't hanging out with you guys... Hey! Oh my god. Yes, die. Fucking die. Get shit on. Christ. Chapter 5. The initial 5 are usually given the credit for the emergence. People forget the later architects, the AI who made the event possible. They saved Thomas and set him on the path to his destiny. Okay. Okay, so this is an upside down... Well, this is cool.
James had always been different.
Oh, it's a James.
And not different in that kooky, OMG, you've totally got to meet my mate James, he's literally insane kind of way.
What the fuck is this writing? Why would you write that and publish it in a video game? Ugh. Somebody made this... Is that a red herring? No, I meant to get on that. Alright. This is cool. Fuck. Cool but difficult. But this is... Yeah. This is already better than the previous few levels. God damn. Okay, so they're talking about AI architects. They're talking about a new wave. So it's possible that that huge smoke blob, you know, the lost monster, wasn't there to erase. That was a misleading...
I've not seen anyone else in a long time. Not since getting eaten by that cloudy, pixely thing. He turned up here in some kind of cage.
Okay, so... Are they saying that there were these first AIs, these little ones, but then other AIs, more complex ones, emerged that then corralled them, collected them, moved them around for a specific purpose? Is that what they're getting at? That's an interesting thought. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Maybe. Depends what they do with it. And again, it's poorly served. Are you gonna float back? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious?
He'd not seen anyone else.
Oh, shut up.
Not since getting eaten by that cloudy, pixely thing. He turned up here in some kind of cage.
Oh, God. Yep, everyone in chat freaking out about the OMG moment. Yeah. Some bullshit. Alright. So I meant to... Okay.
You've gotten out.
I hate this game.
Anyone else in a long time.
I hate this game.
Since getting eaten by that cloudy, pixely thing. He turned up here in some kind of cage.
This game is burning what little goodwill it earned by having a little bit of a attempted change of something.
He'd gotten out, but it had taken a long time. He'd not seen anyone else in a long time. Not since getting eaten by that cloudy, pixely thing. He turned up here in some kind of cage.
This game is frankly terrible. Yep, that's fine, actually. Alright. Okay, jump! You piece of shit!
It had taken a long time.
Well, that's our show. I hope you've all enjoyed this game. I'm never playing it again. Yeah. We're done. You know what? Fuck this. I'm going to spoil the... So, plot of Thomas Was Alone. I'll read it to you guys. So, think of it like a really shitty audiobook. And then we'll talk about what it was trying to get at. Alright. Plot. A company called Artificial... This is Wikipedia, by the way. A company called Artificial Life Solutions experiments with various artificial intelligence solutions, but something unexplained causes some AIs to become self-aware. These AIs perceive their digital world as a 2D space with themselves represented as quadrilateral shapes. Okay. One of them is called Thomas, AT23612. Yep. Curious and observant. Average jumping height. Blah, blah, blah. Meets all of these other people. The Splitter Pixel Cloud. Yes, so apparently the Pixel Cloud is referred to as a splitter later on, and that's the one that, attacks and eats people and removes them. The splitter is revealed to be a mechanism that attempts to fix the fact that multiple AIs are erroneously ending up in testing areas together. Okay. So the point of the splitter is to keep them separated. Right. Thomas wakes up meeting James, a green AI. James has a unique disregard for Newtonian laws and falls upwards instead of down. A feature which caused him to be the target of bullying and thereby grew isolated? What kind of plot point is that? Identical to Thomas. They meet Sarah, purple AI. Double jump. Sarah tells them about the Fountain of Wisdom, the system's internet uplink, which they soon find, but which only Thomas is close enough to reach. Thomas connects to it for 12 seconds, creating a network connection spike, which is later erroneously believed by the humans to be the first moment Thomas became self-aware. He learns of the outside world mostly through in-jokes and memes. This is so stupid because the writing for these AIs is such that they already have a conception of a world, of a very human world, of a very human way of thinking and acting. The idea that within this space he would discover the outside world is fucking preposterous. It's very, it's actually very Pixar in the sense that you will have, talking bugs or talking toys or talking anything, right? And they will see the human world as this distant alien thing, but obviously the world that has been written for these bugs or toys or cars or whatever is itself very heavily informed by human ways of thinking and acting and doing. So, yeah, but it feels less jarring than it does here. Possibly because here they haven't actually fleshed out fucking anything at all. You're just moving blocks around, and these quotes of internal monologue make them all sound like fucking prats. And I've just got no... Particularly because I've been told that they are AIs that have miraculously become self-aware. Why did this self-awareness come with this huge suite of really shitty personalities that are ripped almost fully formed from our basic conceptions and tropes of people, right? Yeah. Why did sentient AIs become bad tropes? Anyway, Thomas learns of the outside world. With this newfound knowledge, he rescues his friends and plans to become an architect, someone who is able to modify his world and empower the other AIs to do the same. So they enter the creation matrix, the generator of the world, and disappear. Whether they sacrifice themselves or continue to exist somewhere remains a mystery. Sometime later, other AIs, all in different shades of grey, emerge and start using shifters, coloured patches that equip them... Hang on, let me check to see if you guys in chat have chimed in with anything additional. Glad that you guys support the rage quit. Oh, dear God. Crafty Devious, what's up, Thomas, you meme-loving fuck? Yes. Oh, I made it over halfway. Cool. All right, well, I made a chunk of the way in. Well, that's not too bad. For 2 nights, it's a tasting of a game, yeah. Anyway, back to this ridiculous plot. So after these guys sacrifice themselves or possibly go somewhere else to become architects, other AIs, all in different shades of grey, emerge and start using shifters, coloured patches that equip them with one of the skills of the original 7 architects. These new characters include Grey, a rogue AI who becomes obsessed with the outer world, a couple, Sam and Joe, who were happy living in one place until Sam began to explore the possibilities given to them by the shifters, an older AI named Paul, previously told Sarah of the Fountain of Wisdom, and now has a religious reverence for the architects, believing that they died to provide a better world, and finally a team of 5 small identical AIs collectively called Team Jump. Together, these disparate AIs all seek the final portal that leads them to the outer world. Paul realizes that Grey has lied to them and will abandon them when given the chance. Warns them by the splitter. So, okay, so there's lots of drama, and then, although Paul and Team Jump are somehow left by Sam and Joe find and leap into the final portal and enter the outer world. The final scene shows 3 monitors on a wall in the real world inside the artificial Life Solutions facility. Red emergency lights flash and the screens display pure white as Sam and Joe become the first truly free AIs. Later, many other AIs, enabled by the efforts of Thomas and his friends, escape the mainframe and begin to coexist with humans in the real world. So this is the emergence. And then there's like civil rights campaigning for AI. So this is the singularity in the sense of AI growing from artificial life, bust out, and okay. And then there's an expansion which I'm going to spoil. The Benjamin's Flight expansion later reveals that Thomas and his friends were not the first AIs to attempt to reach emergence. It is discovered that jetpack-wielding AI Benjamin had attempted to reach the Fountain of Wisdom before. However, he was not ready for the fountain, became blinded and lost in the system. Following this, Sarah pledged to find the fountain again, leading to her encounters with Thomas and his friends. Okay, so I have read a plot that reads like a pretty trashy science fiction novel, you know, dime store novel, airport novel. There's a few different ways you could slander this tale with that, by putting it within those parentheses. And the fact that that plot has been attributed to these fucking blocks on the screen is insane to me, because I don't doubt, I suspect that that plot is all borne out through platform levels. They have wedged this really strange plot on top of this, and I can see it at the start if you go with the idea that these are self-emergent simple things, but the ridiculous lengths that this plot goes to attempt to justify its nonsense, or that the things it's trying to encompass, and then served on this insane platter. This is like serving somebody a jigsaw puzzle and being like, hey, let's do this jigsaw puzzle, but first let me bake it into this flaky crust. Like, the two don't go together. You're preventing somebody from fucking putting together the damn puzzle. Or at least making it really hard. This is fucking ridiculous. Okay, so there's a wiki that says nearly all the shit they say. Thank you, Crafty Devious. Where this huge plot was inferred, dumb quotes. Yeah, it was just dumb quotes all the way. It was going to be dumb quotes all the way into the end. What the fuck? Okay, so setting aside that, let's take a step back. I've complained a lot about how this was packaged, how this was delivered, terrible mechanics, all of that's been said. Could basically put that to bed. I don't like how this game was executed. I don't like the things that the game forced me to do to attempt to get through the plot. That's on record. We can leave it there. That's fine. I don't think the two match. I don't think they mesh at all. Again, because of these complex characters that you are trying to wedge into this small space. And within the thematics that the story espouses, it's just preposterous. It's comical and weird that they would be how they are, these weird little British simpering fools who, you know, are just ridiculous tropes and are really shitty to one another. And it's just, yeah, shittily written and, yeah, terrible. So, setting that aside, let's look at the concept of these AI life beings emerging, the concept of the emergence, and then you've got AI rights activists and all this kind of stuff. So, there's a few things here that need to be flagged. The first is, it's not going to surprise you when I say this, is the embodiment thing, right? So right now these are programs, these are little things in an embodied world, right? Like they have a virtual embodied world here. That in and of itself is contentious. You know, there's the Matrix and things like it have long represented the view that, you know, if you see the brain as existing within the meat body, you know, consciousness existing within this meat husk, and so if you replaced all of the inputs with another set of inputs, you could, you know, you could be in this other virtual world. So this is where, I mean, Soma was big on this. This is obviously one of the big plot points of the Matrix. This is a very common thinking in sci-fi plots, and it has a lot to do with Western philosophy, and it has a lot to do with this cognitive separation between the cognitive function and the physical flesh, right? This is the Cartesian dualism I've been whinging about for over a year. So I won't go into too much about that because I'll be repeating myself. But how it's represented in this game is you've got these programs that are supposedly, you know, bits of code, cognitive entities within this narrative that are embodied in this space as little blocks, and then I'm being told that they emerge. I mean, to be fair, I'm not seeing how the game represents it. I don't get how they could emerge, right, from this realm into our realm, into the real world. They're already in the real world in the sense of, if they're on a computer somewhere in the real world, they're already in the fucking real world, right? So how are they emerging? Are little bricks coming out of the screen? Like, is this some Tron shit? Or are these programs going into, like, are they floating around through the internet, right? Like, what was it called? Not transference. Transcendence? I didn't see it. It's a fucking Johnny Depp film where, you know, he uploads his brain. That whole upload your brain thing, right? The idea that your digital consciousness can swim through the internet like a fish swimming up a stream. Yeah. Again, embodiment, long rant, already been there. Yeah, it's just so strange that they would say that they emerged and that this was a big deal. Now, I'm not saying that we couldn't have a situation where AIs, you know, we develop AIs perhaps to the point where they become self-aware. I'm not going to rule that out. I have been saying, I think for a while now, I think I've said this already, that it's not going to be the top-down design where you've got this magical brain that understands a whole bunch of stuff before it's ever embodied and can encounter it. It's going to be the bottom-up, where you've got a really stupid robot that learns the world around it. And if it knows any, you know, facts about calculus or Paris, it's because maybe it has access to that information in the same way that I could Google it, right? It's not going to be that you put all the world's knowledge in one place and magically a consciousness comes out of it. That's preposterous. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with this. The fact that it has such scope for its narrative makes it worthy of mention. So I'm glad I played it. I'm glad I dug in enough to find this stuff out. But good lord, absolutely insane. All right, so Crafty has been posting some extra stuff into chat. Let me have a look. Yeah, this gets all dark and weird. A third dimension. Okay, right. So these are two-dimensional beings breaking into a third dimension. This is... Well, no, alright. So, to credit this game, it has been trying to be funny the whole time. So it is probably a lot closer to the Pixar approach than I have perceived, right? Or at least that's what they were shooting for. So if you look at Inside Out, Inside Out had interesting things to say about the brain, about emotion. It wasn't saying that there are literally little people inside your head. This is not the homunculus thing, right? It wasn't saying that. It was representing it metaphorically through these other and that's fine. I really like Inside Out. It was reductive in some ways, but it opened the conversation, and yeah, that's a whole other talk that can be had. This game was probably trying to shoot for that, and I think it failed because it wasn't terribly funny. I think it failed because its characters were god-awful. And so I got hung up on that. Whereas if I had found them charming, if I had found all of this interesting the whole way through, because I started out being a bit charmed and then it just flushed it all away, I might have been looking at this from more of that Pixar perspective, where it's less about verisimilitude and more about this silly stuff, being a way to talk about a larger issue. I don't know what larger issue they're trying to talk about, and I guess I'm so vested in this AI thing that I'm very hard to talk to about this stuff. But yeah, what's the novum, right? If we take this as science fiction, the novelty element is that artificial life can lead to sentient AIs. And the zero world presupposes that these AIs become people, basically. I mean, they're people before they even get out. They're smiling at each other. They're thinking of love and betrayal. Because thanks to anthropomorphism, we assume these things are elemental in the fucking universe instead of things we just dreamt up. Yeah, wild. What an absolute mess. Yeah. Yeah, having a look at chat again. Oh my god, so here's a quote from Crafty Devious. Thomas knew he'd never meet Nathan Fillion or a Transformer, he'd never get to visit Gotham City or eat at movies, it didn't matter. If he and his friends jumped into the creation matrix, they could give everyone else in the simulation a chance to. What the fuck? So... yeah, this idea that... this is the problem when you talk about consciousness, when you talk about a consciousness springing up out of somewhere. What this game does is it furthers the lie, it furthers the misconception that these brains form out of nowhere and immediately understand our current context, right? If you were connected to the internet for 12 seconds and you'd never seen any of this stuff before, it would be nonsense. It would be interesting, but... yeah, their idea of what a consciousness is so slapdash and lazy. Again, because of that Pixar thing. But yeah, I was hoping for more, I guess. I was hoping for more. And Talos Principle absolutely gave us more. Soma absolutely gave us more because it thought about this stuff. It had done its fucking research. This game has taken the basic tropes and run with it. This is pulp. This is some pulp nonsense. And there's plenty of that. And I watch plenty of that, right? I watch Red Dwarf, and Red Dwarf is not saying anything new and interesting about consciousness. I mean, I say I watch Red Dwarf. I haven't seen any of the new stuff. I stopped at the end of season 8. And I do intend to catch up. I've had people badger me. I will get to it. But, Holly, Crichton, they're humans, functionally. They're just humans. They're just there to make jokes. And I don't rag on that show for not doing anything interesting with consciousness. I mean, I do from my couch, I suppose, from time to time, but I don't put Red Dwarf on with the expectation that I will learn something. Again, Thomas Was Alone has failed me because I have encountered it in this context. My context being this academic, gonna get in there and rip it up and look at what it's trying to say. I mean, if you've got a text where you can rip into it and find that depth, that's amazing. I like a deep text. This is not a deep text. It is slapdash, lazy writing about women, couched in this very poorly made platformer, and riffing on this idea that artificial life, that the little programs, little things that happen in artificial life that are so interesting and so marvelous and unpredictable, constitute life. Not only constitute life, but constitute life in the Pixar, let's say that a car is real or that Woody is a real person level of life. And then try and tackle the idea of emergence. And it's flirting with this sort of, with these big issues. And it never earns the right to and still be enjoyed, I think. For me. I think if you're going to go for a certain level of scope, unless it's still just being funny, it sounds like it gets very dramatic. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, gender. Yep. Good round boy. Fuck sci-fi concepts with binary genders. Fuck them. Yeah. Why did they have to be men and women? What the fuck? This is the whole problem, is this anthropomorphization, this idea that because our consciousnesses are the ones making things, and because we feel so good about ourselves and this is the world we live in, people just think that it's just going to happen there as well. You're going to boot up this conscious machine and it's going to think like we do. Why the fuck would it? Why the fuck would you gender that thing? Like, but it's the way we are, you know, and it's been happening for ages. We've always created things and poured ourselves into them. The thing is now that we're trying to do it in a space where it can think back. It's never been able to talk back before, and it still can't, right? Like, we're still in a space where we don't have a conscious AI. What we've got is things parroting our biases. So what they're talking back to us are, you know, the fucking problems we invested them with. But when it's doing that and actually having thought, if that ever comes around, like, it's going to be a real shock to some people. The tech industry with its focus on innovation and pushing the envelope instead of stopping and actually thinking about the context within which this is happening and the deeper issues that might be at play. Ah, dear. 76% on game rankings. What the fuck? Are you serious? Crafty Devious is like the pantomime version of an AI game. Yeah. 9 out of 10 review. What the hell? To say that I love this game is simply not high enough praise. It is quite possibly the game that has had the greatest emotional impact on me this year. And yes, I'm comparing it to The Last of Us. That's amazing. That's wild. I mean, my first assumption, and this is an assumption, so it's quite possibly me making an ass of myself and someone else, is that there were elements of this game that triggered emotional responses in this person that, like, it spoke to their personal experience somehow, right? I mean, when you have a deep emotional thing with something, with a piece of media, in my experience, it has a lot to do with your pre-existing hang-ups, your individual makeup, right? This is not a good or a bad thing. I think this is just how that works, by my general assumption. Feel free to contest it. Yeah, I wonder what sort of life they had lived up to that point, such that this game resonated with them so strongly. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, when stuff like this gets fucking critical acclaim, and it's so slapdash and ridiculous and lazy and bad on critical issues, that's a problem. It's the same thing with Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Haddon. That book thoroughly misrepresents people with autism spectrum disorder because it plays purely on tropes. Haddon did zero research, has proudly stated that imagination trumps research, like a fuckwit. And this is going to go on YouTube. So if I end up being a person of note later and somebody searches this up and goes, "Oh man, he's totally trashing Haddon," I'm trashing Haddon for saying that. Yeah, I will own it. I'm not gonna edit it out or back down. I think that's, I think maybe calling him a fuckwit is possibly a bit strong, but nevertheless, what a misstep! What a massive and ridiculous misstep to make, because this condition matters to people, and clearly he's not without sympathy. He just went about it the wrong way, right? This game is, I think, falling into the same trap. Less of a ableist problem, right? Because this is, or at least less of a direct one, certainly. Because this game isn't directly addressing, issues like ASD, but it is still taking deeper concepts that matter nowadays and will continue to matter. It's just building weird and false expectations, or at the very least, it's furthering them, right? Because it's not interrogating them. It's not trying to get people to think about the topic. It's just saying, nope, this is how it works. They're just like us. It's fine. Everything will just be like us forever. And when I say us, I mean the incredibly, Western, cis, white male, tropey conception of the world. That's the truth forever, even in tiny little computer programs. They are like me being the person who wrote this. Yeah, that's a problem. That's hard to swallow. Oh dear. IGN, the understated aesthetic design and the unusual co-op puzzles will absorb you for the game's duration. The wit and personality of the writing, though, will stay with you for much longer. Good round boy. People who want to talk for marginalised people but not research first can get in the bin and stay there. Yep, absolutely. And this is the thing about Haddon and that book. He absolutely regrets that, I mean, it's possible there have been other interviews since. I'm realising now that the stuff that gets quoted, his talks on this, that interview was a while ago. Oh, no, was it? He's had interviews, but also, like, there was an official statement on his website, which is still up. It's still current. This was all for the paper that I did. I did research into Haddon and ASD in this book. Yeah, he never in the book mentions autism or Asperger's. I believe Asperger's is mentioned on the dust jacket, and that was the publisher's choice, and he regrets not fighting that. He has said that he doesn't want people coming to him asking him questions about autism and ASD because he's not an expert, and he would only wind up making himself look like a fool. And that's fair and legitimate, but he wrote a book that leans heavily on those tropes. And then to say, oh, well, that's just what I imagined, and, you know... And there are so many theorists who look at this work and go, okay, it is not explicitly about these things, but now let's look at how it lines up with some of these things and use it as a reference text and use it as something that we want people to read to get a better understanding of neurodiversity. And for some people, maybe it will help. Maybe it will make them go, oh, okay, so this is how people with ASD function, and this is how I can understand and empathize with them more, right? I'm not going to say that there aren't specific situations where this helps, but there are absolutely situations where it doesn't help, such as one autistic woman who wrote for The Guardian saying that this book, she hated Curious Incident because it was a doom and gloom story about autism. And also, the symptoms of Christopher weren't her symptoms because autism spectrum disorder is, surprise, surprise, many and varied, different apparently across biological sex as well, which I was not aware of. That's the thing, yeah. Books like this further the existing concept without interrogating it. And then other people have to stand up and go, actually, this is wrong. And they don't get listened to nearly as much as the popular fucking book. And here we've got a 9 out of 10 game with similar problems. Again, not as ableist, but still a problem. Yeah. I'm finding that a lot of the SciFiAIguy stuff is me playing games, getting mad at specific points, and saying, this is why I'm doing my thesis. It's actually a good orientation, or continual reorientation along my path, because it's proof that this stuff needs to be tweaked, it needs to be interrogated, it needs to be questioned. Unfortunately, for me to truly succeed, my work would need to be popular enough to contest these other works, and I can't bank on that ever happening. That would be great. It would be an honor to, you know, to be able to step out and achieve that. And I hope I can. If I don't, well, that's unfortunate. But I will, you know, keep fighting the fight. But yeah. Anyway, this game fucking sucked. Bullshit. Place of Old, I remember studying at neither school or uni, and we were explicitly told that the character is on the spectrum. Yeah, exactly. People treat Curious Incident as a book about the spectrum, because it does the Rain Man thing. Like, it's, yeah. Good round boy. Yeah, women and trans people with ASD have a lot of trouble getting diagnosed because they don't present the same way as cis dudes. Yep. All right. Well, look. I'm going to close it out. I've ranted enough. I think we've gotten the most we're going to get out of this goddamn game. Return to main menu. Let's have some... I should have done this in the first place so that we at least had some music. Yeah, I could have been ranting over these pleasant tones. Cool. Well, that was entertaining. You know, for a given value of entertaining. It was certainly informative. Next week, presumably, I'll be playing something else. So I'll have to do a bit of research. Nier Automata is the one that's highest on the list because it seems cool. If I can't get that right away, Talos Principle does have, whatchamacallit, DLC that I already own because the, I think it was the Game of the Year edition that we scored on disc. So I think I own the, was it the Gehenna? Something to do with Gehenna? Anyway, you know, religious concepts. It was probably that or something similar. So there's always that. I've got that to fall back on. I still haven't done a wrap-up video on Soma, so I need to do that at some point as well. So there'll be guaranteed something on next. I will have something to do. Even if I haven't obtained a game yet, we can get something done, I think. Barring something else coming up and forcing me to put it off for a week. But I'm super glad... super glad we could get together for this. It was so good to have you here, good round boy. And of course, as always, Crafty Devious, Place of Old, and Mushin, who hasn't chatted in a while, but I presume is, you know, watching, doing other stuff in the background, because that's dandy. Oh, Place of Old, very different across gender lines, so this is ASD. Boys on the spectrum have a lot more classical behaviours, but girls tend to like the social behaviours because they generally are socialised to copy and mimic social behaviours of their peers. Yeah, okay. Crafty Devious, the classic behaviours are classic because they were not looking at anyone but cis dudes. Yeah. Road to Gehenna, that's the one. Yep. Oh, also Dex and 2064. So there's a few different games that Crafty has sourced for me, which is fantastic. All right. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Love you all. This was a good time. I yelled a lot and I got salty, but getting mad is okay. Getting mad is okay sometimes. Which is to say, it is a feeling, and there are a lot of feelings that one can have, and I don't think it's a good idea to suppress any of them too much. Give them their moment. I was mad. It happened. I've stepped on. And now I'm going to go do something else. So, yeah, thanks again, guys. I will see y'all next week.